All right, so we have Jesse Dorian today in nomination for the best screenplay for feature film with the film She's Never Coming Back. Congratulations, Jesse.
Thank you.
So can you tell us what made you go into script writing?
Well, it wasn't just a conscious decision necessarily because I've been doing it for so long. Because I've been doing it since I was 14 years old, uh, which is over 20 years ago. Um, yeah, so I just it's a format that made the most sense for me as far as storytelling goes because I was already a huge fan of film in general. I read a lot of books, watched a lot of movies as a kid, and so naturally it just made sense, I
Mm-hmm.
think. And I feel like a novel is like kind of it's a little much. It's a lot of substance to fill really in that format, and I liked the kind of more to the point of action dialogue action, and it was a better fit for me long term.
Okay, so you've been doing that for a long time.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, we could see that you have a lot of scripts actually. So we're glad to be able to read them. Thank you so
Mhm.
much for sending them.
Yeah, no, thank you.
And how would you make your last script better if you could, if you had the opportunity?
I assume you're referring to the current one. She's never
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
back.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I forget what order I wrote them in.
Oh,
Sometimes,
yeah.
yeah, because some of them sit in a drawer, kind of basically, and then get revised uh,
Okay.
for this year, basically. And so she's never coming back's one that predates the other ones. But um, what's kind of interesting is that, well, I mean, what I could change, what it's not really, I don't change a whole lot actually going back unless someone has a direct, like, they're directly referencing something in the screenplay that they think could use improvement. And if I happen to agree with them, then that's it. But off the top of my head, I mean, I don't really know what I could do better with. I don't know. That's not how I'm wired usually. Someone else usually has to raise it or has to bring it to my attention, and then that's when I'll go about, changing something or making it better. Because I don't really know what it's because it all becomes debatable if this makes it better or that makes it better. Because I can always go back and revise it, if someone is interested in producing it or something, then that's when I would probably say, okay, well now's the time to make it better. However I is necessary.
So you would take some feedback if you need to
Yeah,
improve eventually.
yeah. Depending on where it's from and what it is. Yeah, I'm open to whatever, whether I agree with it or not. But yeah.
Okay. And can you just summarize just a bit what is your screenplay about for the people who are watching this?
Well, She's Never Coming Back is on surface level a conventional tragic love story, but it doesn't play on the narrative is nonlinear. And so it challenges the audience in other ways without I think what the biggest challenge is to not be overly manipulative with a love story such as a tragedy. And it's finding that right balance of these two characters and their connection, and in a way that keeps the audience invested without really knowing why. They know what's going to happen, but they don't know why. And then giving them room to kind of figure that out, and leaving some questions unanswered, um, without being too ambiguous, if that makes any sense.
Yes. So I thought it was brilliant. So congrats for that.
No, thank you.
And
It's a big step away from the other ones, which are all genre scripts, and this one is like it's a drama. It's a pure drama. And
yeah, yeah, it's new, right?
mhm.
And why did you choose that subject exactly?
I don't, it's weird because this is the one script I'm the least emotionally invested in. You would think I'd be the most emotionally invested in, but like I no, it's I think it's because I wanted to tell a more adult love story. Because when I started writing screenplays, I actually started writing romantic drama. That's the genre I started. It took me quite a few years to realize that I felt at home with genre or genre hybrid stories like horror films and sci-fi horror or sci-fi drama, like that's kind of become, that's what I've gotten a lot of attention for, and I do feel that's my comfort zone now, is horror and sci-fi. So like I technically wrote the first draft of She's Never Coming Back before Donovan Emery, which is when that's when I really found, which is what won best screenplay at Digital GRIFFIX. I think it was either last season or the season before.
Yeah, it was from last year, right?
Yeah, that's Donovan Emery was the script where I found my voice as a writer, but like She's Never Coming Back was the last time I wrote what I thought was like where I felt at home, or I thought that's what I enjoyed writing the most. And so like it's a script the first draft I finished in 2012, and then I didn't look at it for years. And then earlier this year, or now it's last year, summer 2023 is when I revised it and kind of altered scenes, added new scenes. It became like a different enhanced version. Like, so whatever, it kind of goes back to answering the other question of what would I do to make it better? I feel like I just did that. And
Yeah.
yeah, and it's all kind of it mostly has to do with dialogue, less to do with story structure. I'm usually satisfied with the story structure the first time around, and so I wanted to tell a love story that I hadn't quite seen told before in that kind of nonlinear format. It's something you would maybe expect from, I don't know, something that's more psychological, maybe more like a psychological thriller, like something like, I'm trying to think of something that's nonlinear that really works, and that, well, Pulp Fiction works, but that's like dark comedy. But then there's like, stuff like early work, Christopher Nolan, like Memento, that's nonlinear. It goes backwards, whatever. But yeah, and so you give the audience, I feel like you can get a bigger audience. It's not, if you have the people who like the love story and the romantic drama, but then people who like the puzzle, they can get over the fact it's a love story if that's not like their thing.
Yeah,
And so,
that makes it unique, right?
mhm,
That's what makes it unique.
yeah,
And and what do you think is the most important thing to know when you start a career in script writing?
that's another one of those. I don't know how to answer that question because I don't feel like I'm where I'm at or where I want to be. I don't feel like I'm quite there yet, and hopefully this year, I could confidently answer that question because I mean, the closest thing I wish I'd known this 20 years ago, that in order to get people to read your screenplays, you got to pay them. Nobody wants to read them otherwise. I wish I'd known that. That's something I would tell people, like, have some financial resources to enter into screenplay competitions and get a general idea of what, like, even if it's not like an industry professional that's reading it, if it's general public, that's still just as important because that's who you're trying to appeal to, I would imagine. And so, yeah, I think it's trying to find that balance of appealing to yourself, but also what the general public wants to see, um, unless they just like what you like. But it's usually a little more particular than that.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
bit more complex usually.
yeah.
And did you try a ink tip for that? Do you know about the ink tip?
Did I try? Oh, about the upcoming projects, or
No, it's a website where you can put your scripts and you can try to make them read by producers. I can send you the link after the interview if you want.
yeah, I have a Linktree, and then I have like an Instagram.
Okay, okay, yeah, great. So you can send me the links if you want, and I'll put it under the interview. And
Okay.
I'll send you the a link as well for the website Inktip. So maybe you can try to put your scripts on it as well, and you can maybe try to sell them through that website if you're
Yeah. Oh,
interested.
there's a different strategy I'm trying. I'm going all in on one of them, and then because I want to star in one of them. And
Ah,
so
okay.
it's like I've made quite a few connections this past year because I've been all over the film festival circuit and whatever and whatnot. But like yeah, I'm yeah, as far like I have them on Coverfly, and I have them I think on what's it called, ISA, and Film Freeway, and so yeah, like I'm not trying to sell them as much as I'm trying to find the right people to make them.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so I want to participate in every production, pretty or have some sort of executive producer status, or some sort of control in pre-production.
Mhm.
But a couple of them I'm pretty serious about starring in, and then others there's not really a role for me in it. And so yeah, because I'm actually trying to get back into acting, and I'm using my screenplays as leverage because I don't really want to write anymore unless I get hired to, or it's a project that I'm passionate about. Not saying I'll never write again, because I think this is probably the beginning as far as feature screenplays go. Because the reception's been so positive for all, particularly She's Never Coming Back. I was like, this is either, when I revised it, I was like, this is either the worst thing I've ever written or like the best thing I've ever, I don't know. But the praise has been almost unanimous. Like, I've gotten more positive reception for She's Never Coming Back than the genre hybrid screenplays that I submitted last year.
Okay.
So yeah, there's definitely an audience for it. And that's one that it's kind of a dark horse. It can break away from the other ones and appeal to people who might not find the other ones appealing. And so,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that's super interesting as well to know that you want to go back to acting and all. So I hope that 2024 will bring that for you.
me too.
And thank you, Jesse, for being here today. And that would be it, but I can send you the link to the interview later today, and then
Okay,
you can share it with everyone.
thanks.
Do you have any questions about the festival?
Um, do you guys have like a physical in-person version of the festival, or is it online only?
We have now, it's new, we have a physical version of the festival, but
Hmm.
we're only screening short films, and like we don't really have like a part for screenwriting yet.
Hmm.
But maybe in the future, but these days it's mostly like short films that we're screening.
Yeah, and you're based in Montreal, so
Yeah,
it's
exactly. Yeah. And it's going to take place next summer, and I will keep you updated about the prices and all.
awesome.
All right, so thank you so much again, Jesse. Thank you for all
Thank
your
you.
submissions, and we'll keep you updated soon.
Appreciate it.
So have a nice day, and talk to you soon.
Okay, one more thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Where should I put the links?
You can send them to me via email, and I'll just like put it under the interview.
Okay,
All right, all
thank
right,
you.
awesome. Take care.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.